Hey there, still Huntress. This is a VR to Sheyna Moon's video on angels in paganism, and she may have done her video as a VR to somebody else's. So I'll put the link in the box below to her video, and you can follow the links to watch other people's as well. It's something that people have been chatting about, our different concepts of what an angel is, and do angels as a Christian thing belong in paganism? Are they a Christian thing? Um, for me, the term angel, first of all, is sort of like a really recognizable brand name being used as a generic term. That's just how I look at it. Around here, most people refer to paper tissues as Kleenex, and I know in Britain, vacuum cleaners are often referred to as Hoovers, regardless of who the actual manufacturer of your vacuum is. And um, and there's a connotation uh, that to that sort of a tag when a brand name is used as an identifier for a generic thing. Um, it carries with it certain unspoken descriptors. When someone says Kleenex, you know it's going to be a paper tissue. It's going to be in some kind of cardboard box. It's going to dispense one item at a time. When someone says Hoover, you know they're talking about a domestic vacuum, where they're not talking about a shop vacuum or an industrial vacuum. When we say angels, we mean an entity that is distinct from the gods. We mean an entity that is benevolent, not apathetic and not evil or detrimental to us. We know it's an entity that will not intervene unless we summon it or request it or are open to it. They don't just sort of take over the wheel when they think you're doing something stupid. Um, so I can understand how a lot of people would shy away from that label, either because they have an issue with Hoover or an issue with Kleenex and they don't want to use that terminology. If you have an issue with Christianity as a religion, perhaps bad experiences, or you have an issue with how they, as an organized religion, have impacted different parts of the world, whatever your issue may be, I can see not wanting to use that terminology. I can also see you not wanting to use the word Hoover if you want a term that also encompasses shop vacuums, that also you want something more general. So a lot of people, I think, shy away from the term angels just because it is so specific. And as Sheyna Moon pointed out in her video, truly biblical angels were not, I think what we think of as angels is sort of a not even a Victorian thing. You go back to the Renaissance, um, and the angels are being depicted as humans with wings. Um, you can even go back as far as uh, medieval era, I think. It's a long-standing history. I don't remember the last time I actually saw in art an angel depicted as it's described in the Bible with two heads and wings covered in eyes and all of that stuff. They're pretty scary, kick-ass beings. And so I grew up with that popular version of an angel, the whole the guardian angel type of a thing. I didn't grow up in a particularly Christian household. My mother is Anglican, um, but very liberal, very open-minded, very go explore the world religions. But I think growing up in North America, you can't help but absorb that mythos. It's all around us. It's ubiquitous. And I grew up with that idea, and it was always a very secure feeling. I never questioned, even though I've never been a Christian, I've always had a sense that there are these sentient astral beings and that I get one and it's taking care of me. There are moments, private moments, when that's kind of creepy. I think we'll all agree. When you're enjoying some time with your significant other, the idea that there's some astral entity over your right shoulder watching you is a little bit weird. But we'll put that aside. I think the real question is the word angel a generic term for a classification of astral entities? Or is it specific to Christianity? Are they Christian beings? Do they consider themselves servants of Yahweh, servants of the Judeo-Christian God? And if you're not a follower of the Judeo-Christian God, good luck to you, but we got our own flock to take care of. And you have to look to other entities. And so invoking the angels is kind of futile because they won't come because you're not in the right tribe. Um, I use it as a generic term. I believe benevolent entities do not have to be multilingual. I don't think benevolent entities on the astral realm have to learn all the different languages of the human race and learn to recognize that specific word and won't come if you call them the wrong thing. So I do believe that the emotion that is invoked internally in myself when I say that word, the vision, the feeling, the sensation, the intent, broadcasts it out into the ethers, and any astral being that fits the bill comes by and gives me a hand. I see no issue with that with regards to paganism. I do think that they are distinct from the gods. In the Bible and in the Quran, obviously both books are talking about the same God. Both recognize that angels were created by God, by the creation force, without will. And I can't imagine a God having no will. They do not have free will. They do what they are programmed to do by the gods. They have a very specific purpose. I believe the Quran also references the creation of the jinn. It has been a very long time since I read the Quran, so you're going to have to excuse me, and I will defer to anyone who can access that. All my books are in storage at the moment, and I suppose I could Google it. I should have. I'll try and find some references online and link them in the box below. But seems to me the Quran references God creating jinn also from light, like the angels, but with free will. But then they couldn't interact with the physical world the way he wanted them to. And so he created humans. And that's when he was happy, and God ordered, or Allah, since we're talking about the Quran, same guy though, commanded the angels and the jinn to bow down before the humans. And the angels, of course, did, because they had no will. And the jinn, some of them did. Some of them went, to hell with you. Bow down to humans? As if. And buggered off. So, because they had will. So I do believe that there are entities other than angels. And one of the distinguishing factors is that issue of will. There are a lot of benevolent entities that are here for our assistance, recognized in multiple religions. But for me, what characterizes an angel is its lack of will. And that to me tells me it will do nothing but good. It cannot, by its nature, choose to be malevolent. It cannot choose self-interest. It cannot choose. The angels have no ulterior motives. It is not how they are. Butterflies don't skateboard. It isn't part of their makeup. And for me, that assures me that I'm going to get a benevolent being when I call out for an angel. Uh, there are also, I hear things on the internet, and I've been researching Enochian angels, angels that get their name, I guess, from the Book of Enoch. And there's a lot of confusing, conflicting information out there as to what the Enochian angels are, if they are the same as regular angels. Most people seem to think they're not. A lot of people seem to think that Enochian angels are fallen angels, and that they are in it for themselves, and they're going to say what they think you want to hear in order to trick you for their own reasons. Um, I can't help but wonder if they are the same beings as these jinn who have chosen to help but can choose not to. They have free will. Um, I'm still looking into it. I'm very confused. And I don't know where they would fit. Would they be the same as the Fae? Because my identifier for the Fae, personally, is their apathy toward human beings. I always think of the Fae as nature spirits. And, lightning doesn't give a crap. It blasts the oak, whether the oak is 400 years old or not. Um, the rain is going to rain on your head and give you pneumonia, not out of malice and not out of spite, but because you are irrelevant to the rain. You are not irrelevant to Gaia and to creation, but nature's got its own thing going on, and you're a very small part of it, and the world doesn't revolve around you. And so for me, a lot of the ancient stories about the Fae and how careful you have to be about encountering the Fae um, was never about them being malevolent or evil, but always revolved around their apathy to humans. They don't mind hurting you because they don't care. And again, that's distinct from angels. And that's about their existence as nature beings. About the tree's got its own tree shit going on, and you're nice and all, but I got stuff to do. So, I personally think angels, like I say, are a generic being. They're there for all of us to call on. I don't think I am engaging in any kind of cultural appropriation or anything negative by making them a part of my practice personally, but I do think they are distinct from the gods and distinct from the Fae and distinct from other entities. I don't know enough about the jinn to really characterize them, but for me, that's about will. And the whole Enochian angel thing I find confusing, and um, I want to look into it a little bit more, but I'm kind of staying away from them. I'm not putting out any invitations until I really know what I'm dealing with. So those are my thoughts about angels, and I would appreciate any comments, VRs, links. By all means, go down and click the link to Shayna's video on the subject, and blessed be.